I've been looking at the book of Revelation in the Bible, and I'm looking at Revelation chapter 2. This is the second church that Jesus speaks to. So he's spoken to the church in Ephesus, and now he speaks to the church in Smyrna. To the angel of the church in Smyrna write, "These are the words of him who is the first and the last, who died and came to life again. I know your afflictions and your poverty, yet you are rich. I know the slander of those who say they are Jews and are not, but a synagogue of Satan. Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. I tell you that the devil will put some of you in prison to test you, and you will suffer persecution for 10 days. Be faithful even to the point of death, and I will give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He who overcomes will not be hurt at all by the second death." So this little passage in Revelation chapter 2, verses 8 to 11, is to the church in Smyrna, which currently now is in Turkey, and it's where Izmir is. So at that time, when the letters were written to these 7 churches, it was the province of Asia Minor in the Roman Empire in the 1st century. And the beautiful thing really is that Smyrna is commended to persevere, and really in lots of ways many of the other churches were criticized for areas of weakness. They had some good points, but also some things that needed a lot of correction and needed to be addressed. But what's beautiful is the amazing story of the Church of Smyrna. Despite this pressure, they were in a good place, and Jesus speaks to them to encourage them to keep persevering. For a period of time they will suffer, they will go through trial, but they need to keep persevering. You know, the church in the nation of Turkey today doesn't have an easy time. It's not the easiest place to be a Christian. There are lots of different pressures from society, from the nation, from family, from government. There's not always positive media coverage, but there are also good ways that people are encouraging, supporting and comforting and coming alongside the church there as well. So I want to pray actually for the church in Turkey today. I want to pray, Father, for your encouragement for them, your blessing for those believers, and maybe in other places in the world. Of course, there are many believers who suffer, who go through trials and great pressures, some of which we can't even imagine. If we're having fairly comfortable lives, it's hard to get our heads around how difficult some of those situations can be for people. So I pray that you'd strengthen them, uphold them. Thank you for the freedoms some of us have on this video, that we experience a lot of freedom. Sometimes that makes us a little bit complacent perhaps as well, but we pray that we would not forget those who are suffering, and we ourselves would learn to persevere. And when pressures come, when temptations come, when social pressures come in various different ways, help us to stand firm, to be strong as believers, and realise that you're with us, that you will hold us and keep us and be faithful to us as we choose to be faithful to you in the circumstances. So many blessings, and I hope that helps.